Yo, what's going on? Welcome back to D+Pad Life, and today I want to discuss what are we all going to do in 2026? Holy moly. If you watched my last video, you heard me break down the latest PlayStation State of Play and all the amazing games that have been announced to come out in 2026 and how much trouble all of our wallets are in. We're all about to get jumped and jacked for every last penny, you guys. PlayStation came out swinging. They came out swinging. And there's a lot of really exciting games to look forward to. And so I thought it could be fun to talk about how are we going to navigate playing these games, checking out these games? What are we going to prioritize? How are we going to afford all these games? Because for some of us, we game on a budget. And for some of us, we just don't want to drop all that coin. You know, we don't want to necessarily give these game developers full-blown faith that everything they make is going to be, you know, worthy of a full dollar purchase. You know what I mean? So this video is going to talk a little bit about that. This shouldn't be a very long one, but before I get into it, I'd be curious to know, what's your plan in 2026? What games are you absolutely for sure not going to miss out on? They're absolute purchases for you. And if it's on a list of purchases, what are you going to be focusing on? What's your plan? Are you going to be backlog focused? Do you have friends that maybe you pick up this game, they pick up that one, and y'all can like trade back and forth? What strategies are you going to employ? Let me know in the comments down below. As for myself personally, I am in a I'm in a lucky position. The county I live into has an amazing library system, which gets pretty much all new releases, and you can rent them there for no cost. You get them for 3 weeks at a time. And as long as someone hasn't put it on hold, you can actually renew your rental for another 3 weeks, usually 2 to 3 times before they require you to return it. But even then, if you return it and there's still no one waiting in line for it, you can just rent it right back out again. So first and foremost, that's my primary strategy when it comes to new releases. It's try to get in early with the library, put the games on hold, and check them out that way. That's my best chance to get my hands on a game, make sure I like it, make sure it's something that's worthy of me spending money on, and just kind of go from there. The other thing that I've been thinking that I can do is demos. Check out demos before I buy. I'm noticing that a lot of these games that I'm looking to play have been getting demos lately. And so I hope that's a trend that the industry keeps up, because demos used to be a really prevalent thing back in like the PS3 era, lesser so in the PS4, and I'm finding in the PS5 era, not enough games get demos, man. And it would be really nice to be able to get my hands on something so I can try it out before I buy it. In fact, one of the things, this is unrelated to demos, this is kind of moving on with the topic. One of the things I noticed about the games dropping right now is many of them are sequels. So you've got like Kena, Scars of Cosmora, that's a sequel. You got the Legacy of Kain Defiance Remastered, that's a sequel. Control Resonant, that's a sequel. The Metal Gear Solid Master Collection Volume 2. Both games are sequels. Silent Hill Townfall, like a whole new original game. Pragmata is like the one exception where it's a brand new IP. And so the reason I bring up all those others is to say, if there are games in that series that you haven't played yet, this is a great opportunity to do so. So with Death Stranding 2 coming to PC and it kind of being put on my radar and reminding me, like, you know, people really freaking love these Death Stranding games. It might be a good idea for me to check these out. It reminds me, hey, Andrew, pick up Death Stranding 1. Give Death Stranding 1 a try. You know, it's a long game and it's a big game, and that's something you can do instead of thinking like, oh, I gotta hurry up and get Death Stranding 2. Just play the first one. Kena, Scars of Cosmora. I can find the first game and it's going to be a lot cheaper and I can play through that. By the time I get my hands on it, by the time I beat it, Scars of Cosmora might be cheaper. There's no guarantee that Scars of Cosmora is even going to get a physical release. So by then, maybe it'll actually have a physical version and I don't have to debate on if I want to get a digital game or not. Legacy of Kain Defiance, still got to play Soul Reaver 1 and 2. Control Resonant, still got to play the first Control, right? These are all really solid examples of ways you can navigate just not rushing into it and spending the money. Make sure that instead of thinking, oh, I got to get this game because it's cool and I want it, just slow down, play the ones that came out first, especially if you already own those. And by the time you get those other games, their sequels, they're probably going to be on sale or have a price cut. or maybe even like a deluxe edition released, or a game of the year edition, or something along those lines, or a gold edition, something like that, where they add in all the DLC. That's another way that you can prevent from blowing your budget in 2026, because I know it's going to be tempting. I know all of us are going to see these hot games coming out and just be like, God, I want them, man. I want them bad. But you can't always get what you want, right? You got to be smart about it, but you get what you need. And so I'm looking at my next answer for you guys. I have got a massive backlog of games. And so if I can put my focus on those for now, focus on the games of yesteryear, the games that I've been having, that I've been holding on to, that can hold my attention for the meantime, instead of just buying new games that are just going to add to this, that are just going to become the next backlog, right? And by doing that, again, it creates this cushion of time. It gives the opportunity for these new games to go down in price or to go on a sale. And so I'm definitely going to be focusing on my backlog as much as I can, but I'm also going to be willing to check games out from the library in case I can get my hands on them early and check them out that way and get to enjoy them. That's my goal for Resident Evil 9. I'm not sold on Resident Evil 9 as a day one purchase. I'm sure I'm going to like the game. I'm sure I'm going to have fun with it. I'm sure. But that game is going to sell millions upon millions of copies. It is not going to be a game that's hard to find. It's going to be a game that's going to go down in price, and it's probably going to be a game that does this. Gold edition. Even Resident Evil 4 didn't come out here in the States. It got a gold edition overseas. That'll probably happen for Resident Evil 9. So by the time I'm ready to pick it up, it'll probably have a gold edition, and I can just get that then. And so my approach is, for new releases, try to get them from the library. If I can't, get in line and do the waiting game. And in the meantime, focusing on this backlog, because man, as much as I'd love to do some hardcore collecting, it is important that I don't overspend this year. Me and the wife got some pretty big goals. Things are progressing really awesome for us over here. And yeah, it's an exciting time to be alive. That's for sure. But golly, man, 2026 is crazy, ain't it? That state of play really put it in perspective for me. Like, as much as people want to complain about the modern day gaming and how there's no good games coming out, I don't know how true that is, man. I really don't know. I'm personally having a blast, and I'm having a blast with new releases too. I was just playing the PS5 version of Astrobot the other day, and that game's incredible. And then you look at what's coming out now. It's just, man, we're hopefully picking up speed. I hope 2027 can do what 2026 does. And not to mention, you guys, we still got GTA 6. GTA 6 is still on the horizon, right? So it's only going to get better from here. I think the PS5 is in its full swing. And for people who are talking about it doesn't have games, I mean, look at my collection. Nothing but bangers. And I still don't have every title that I want for this darn thing. So there's so much fun to be had on the PlayStation 5. So again, I didn't intend for this one to be a very long video. It's been a long time since I've had a video on the shorter end of things. So we're going to go ahead and wrap that up here. That's my thoughts about how to survive 2026 on a budget, because they're trying to empty out our wallets, you guys. I mean, you saw the amount of 4-player co-op, this, that, or the other games and microtransactions. They're talking about all these gacha games. They're definitely still trying to get us like that. I'm not one to fall victim to that. I do my single player experiences and I have a ball. But in any case, make sure you comment down below to me what your plan is, how you plan on navigating this busy year in gaming for new releases. There's going to be a lot of really cool stuff. And be sure you give this video a like. It goes a long way in supporting the channel. Really appreciate that. Helps me get some more exposure, bring in some more subscribers and more people to help join the conversation and have some fun together. And don't forget to subscribe. If you're not subscribed yet, tap that button down below, man. I do 2 to 3 videos every week, regular content here, and it's just a fun companion channel. I'm here to keep you company while you do, the dishes, do some homework, do some driving while you're at work, even maybe while you go to sleep. It's all about just having some fun conversation, playing in your ear, listening to someone who enjoys gaming and does minimal complaining. Although, I got some videos like that too. And I'm sure there'll be topics in the future. But in the meantime, we are digging into this backlog. More coverage on that coming up soon for sure. I love talking about the backlog on this channel. The big goal of this channel right out the gate is to defeat the backlog. And so, yeah, that's all I got for you guys today. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take it easy.